the Gen 6, nooses and swastikas on college campuses, students attacked because of their sexual orientation. Why are we seeing so many cases of racism and discrimination on campuses? Join us for this very important discussion. Stay tuned, Campus Conversations is next. Welcome to Campus Conversations. I'm Fritzi Bodenheimer.
And I'm Steve Simon. Incidents involving hate crimes and young people have been more prevalent in the news lately. Is discrimination on the rise, or are we just becoming less tolerant of it in today's society? With us today to talk about this is Michelle Scott, Montgomery College's Director of Equity and Diversity, and a Montgomery College Germantown student, Bryan Bell. And we want to welcome both of you to Campus Conversations today. Michelle, we wanted to start this discussion today because this was really an idea that came to us based on a series of terrific forums that were done on the Montgomery College campuses, of which you had a chance to be involved in and moderate these discussions. Bryan, I know you had a chance to be a participant in one of them at the Germantown campus. But why are these issues lingering, and what kinds of things did you find are on the minds of people when you brought these discussions to the campuses?
Well, I tell you, one of the things I think we're finding is that, we're proving that the college campus really is a microcosm of the larger world. We have people who live in communities and come from different philosophies and perspectives, and to think that our environment is less vulnerable to the things that are happening in the greater society is a faulty notion. And one good thing I think that higher education or college campus can do is to create an opportunity for dialogue. And the forums were just an example of such an opportunity. We found out that there are more people who have concerns about what's happening in the world that they live in, even off the campus, as well as how those things trickle on to our campuses. And what's great about the college community is that you have the intellectual expertise. You have people who are in positions to help provide a context, to help frame these conversations in a way that we can dispel myths and we can provide the quality of clarity and the historical perspectives, the sociological perspectives, the economical, the political perspectives. And so I think what happened at Montgomery College was just us being proactively responsive to the things that were happening in the environments that our students come from, and in fact the environments that when we leave the campus, we live in these environments. Our families are a part of those environments, and so we're not excluded from what's happening in the world off campus. So I think that's probably in large part the impetus for us to create an opportunity for safe space, nonpartisan dialogue, where students can feel comfortable, people can share some real life experiences. What we found out in the forums is that whether a person had a personal experience, everybody seems to know somebody who knows somebody who's had an experience or knows somebody who's had an experience. So that made it a great opportunity for us.
And Bryan, you were at the forum. You're a student on the Germantown campus. What are some of the issues that you were particularly concerned about, or that caught your attention, or even that you spoke up about?
Well, some of the things was, we were talking about racism, and I think racism is everywhere. It's been in the past, and even though it's better from what it used to be, it's always going to be here. Because even in the back of your head, you could see somebody, and something could be in your mind. You're just not thinking that, oh, we're equal. I just don't think anybody's going to think about it that way. And so some of the things that we was talking about at the forum, I was elaborating on how you could be in any certain area, such as the mall, and just from the attire that I have on or that anybody else has on, there's a group of guys or whoever, they'll come to me and they'll look up at me up and down with their eyes, wondering, why is he dressed like that, or why is he walking that way? But as if we're in the mall and it could be somebody else, they're not going to say anything to that person.
And so it's not just skin color that we're talking about.
It's I don't see why people think that way at all. It's it's like pointless for real. Like why not like this person because of what they have on? Why not like this person because of what they're wearing or why they look like that? Or why not like this person because of the way they think? Or, I mean, if they think bad, then yeah, but they, like even a gay person, I like gay people. Not that way, but I have gay friends. But they know, like I could talk to them, we could be friends, we can hang out, whatever. Just as long as they know the boundary, like I'm straight, so they won't talk to me in that such a way. But it's like nothing wrong with them. Just because they like that certain type of person, another type of person, there's no need to dislike them just for that.
Michelle, let's talk about the nature of these forums. It must be different when you bring it to Montgomery College, and we're not talking about incidents necessarily that had happened recently here or anything. We're talking in general. You've been in different college environments and deal with folks in your same business from other places. How difficult is it to get on these campuses, and let's take some of the examples we know about in the university incidents, and bring people together and have a discussion when the emotions are running high, as opposed to this kind of discussion?
Well, one thing I think, if you have an agenda to create a safe space for dialogue, and dialogue is ongoing and continuous, then you don't find yourself creating a knee-jerk response to things. And I think what happens when you have ongoing dialogue, you create an environment where there is consistent education, there's a consistent opportunity for people to share. I mean, you create a culture of conversation, you create a culture of dialogue. And I think what we might be seeing in some instances at other institutions is that when there's not that sustained dialogue, we have to regroup real quickly to respond to some things that we kind of push over in the corner. I think, for example, Montgomery College, we have people from all over the world, at least 170 nations. This is a perfect place for continuous dialogue. There's so much to learn, so much to know. And with all the different perspectives that we have, it's just a great opportunity for us to be forward thinking. And so these kinds of dialogues are not a Band-Aid approach to appear to the public that we're being responsive. I think the idea that we have dialogues before we even have any major newsworthy incident suggests that we want to be on top of this, and we recognize that it's an important institutional priority. So I think that's a real big difference. We make it a priority. We don't have it incident driven. And we create an opportunity where a lot of different voices can weigh in on how this is impacted. Just as Bryan has just indicated, walking in the mall, when we talk about discrimination and racism, Bryan just made clear, it's not just about skin color. It may be different preferences that people have, dress, sexual orientation, sexual preference, gender, any host of issues, immigration issues, just a number of issues. And I think we have that responsibility as an academic institution to create an environment, to create opportunities for these kind of dialogues.
All right, I wish we had more time to do it, but Dr. Michelle Scott, thanks for setting the tone for the discussion of the forums. In our next segment, we're going to get a chance to get some of the professors on set who were very involved in that forum. And Bryan, thanks so much for sharing your experiences and your perspectives as a student. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by some of the panelists from the forums we've been discussing on race relations and discrimination. Stay with us. You're watching Campus Conversations.
There is a huge amount of diversity at MC.
It's very diverse. There's people from all around the world that are over here.
It's really great to be able to meet people from all over the world here at MC and just get to know people that I never would have gotten to know.
I think there's lots of diversity at MC.
There's a lot of different people here, and you learn more about different ethnicities and things.
It's a pretty wide range of different people from different cultures.
I love learning about other people, and it's very diverse.
I think we have a great, big diversity on campus, that it's really great because we have all race, all cultures, as in towards religion, and it's really great. I like it a lot.